It's easy to imagine Jeff Bezos as Cecil the tortoise from Looney Tunes. He's got to be cultivating that look, and Elon is jumping around like a crazy wild hare. Very appropriate, since we're now about to witness a tortoise and the hare moment. Jeff's Blue Origin represents a conventional approach to making a heavy lift rocket. It is partly reusable, which is a common expectation these days for newly developed rockets. Unlike Starship, the New Glenn booster will land on a barge downrange of the launch. The expendable second stage in the downrange landing of the booster enables New Glenn to have a payload that's about half to a third of the expected payload of Starship. One problem with the comparison is that we don't have a straight yardstick. SpaceX Raptor engines have the highest chamber pressure of any rocket engine currently flying, and 2 to 3 times that of the Blue Origin BE-4 engine. In other words, Starship is already at the limits of what we know about how to make rocket engines without having them blow up all the time. It is tens of tons overweight. In other words, the Starship system is partly at the hairy edge of optimization and partly accumulating technical debt. That's not good for a rocket project. As a result of the state of the maturity of Starship, on its next test flight, Starship will be sorting out issues with heat shields, payload doors, and other basic functions. It won't even attempt to get lighter or carry a simulated payload. On its first test flight, New Glenn is planned to carry the Blue Ring orbital maneuvering craft into orbit and perform validation tests for future national security payloads. Blue Origin also expects to land the New Glenn booster on a barge in the Atlantic. Blue Origin has some concrete reasons to be confident, especially confident in their engines. BE-3 engines used in the upper stage of New Glenn have flown 28 times on the New Shepard rocket, with 9 of those flights carrying a crew. The BE-4 engines used on the booster have flown twice on the Vulcan Centaur rocket. The Elon fanboys will say, ho-hum, with a plan like that, you'll only see New Glenn fly once a month, while Starship wants to fly 25 times in the coming year. But if New Glenn lands and can be reused, it would be far ahead of Starship, which has yet to fly a full orbit, or carry more than a banana, or reuse a booster, or any of the more than 230 engines used up so far. Blue Origin may be following a more conventional approach, but it's also playing for high stakes. It could all just blow up. Space is hard. If New Glenn fails catastrophically, Blue Origin will be several months away from a second try, while SpaceX continues to crank out rockets and engines.